Testing. Testing. Sorry about the late start. Here we go. Cosmos Twisters. Enjoy the game. Hello and welcome to the Cosmodome Central Division matchup, the Battle of Texas, the Houston Cosmos and the Texas Twisters. A lot of storylines to cover here. Cosmos looking to snap a 5-game losing streak as we begin this series between the two ball clubs. So, taking a look at the division standings for the Central Division. The Cosmos and the Twisters, they're neck and neck. Right now, the Twisters are on top with 18 wins. Cosmos got a bit of work to do, but we'll see if I can get there. First pitch, Battle of Texas. Next. Jeffrey Springs taking them out for the Houston Cosmos here on a Wednesday night. He started 5 games already this year, 3.14 ERA for Houston. And a .94 whip, which that's fantastic, of course. We'll see how he does today. And his first batter for the Twisters is Bobby Witt Jr., so it's going to be a tough lineup. This is going to be a good matchup. We will top 2 teams in the Central. First pitch from Springs, and we're underway. And he's hit by pitch on the first pitch of the ball game. How about that? Here's Lars Nootbaar. There's a fly ball. This one carrying. And catch right in front of the one. Tracking the throw. Bobby Witt Jr. stays on first. Verdugo not playing today, neither is J.D. Davis. So, Yanni Diaz coming to the plate.
He's good.
And he's called safe. First of a 3-game set. Down the line, foul. The Cosmodome is open.
Ball 1.
Bobby Witt Jr. Safe. Good speed by Bobby Witt. As he steals second base. Good job doing. It was a quick dash. Counts 2-1. That one is fouled off into the corner. We went at 2-2. Got a piece of it. There's the throw. And Bobby Witt Jr. advances to third, 2 down. Here's Caleb Moreau. Steps into the batter's box. July 4th is in 2 days, and I do have some special. It's gonna be an interesting game, and I'm gonna July 4th defy it. If that makes sense. Four-seamer called strike 0-2. You get a good look at the stadium. A no 2 count.
Nope, outside.
Slider drift outside. 1-2.
That's a ball.
And takes the four-seamer upstairs. Two balls and 2 strikes. Another 2-2. Got it up. Off the end of the circle changeup. Springs trying to end the inning. And grounder to short. For the post is inside, 2 down. Side retired, we head to the bottom of the first. So JP Sears taking the mound for the Texas Twisters here on a Wednesday night. He's given also 5 times this year. 1-1 record. But he's got a 5.74 ERA. He's gonna try and get that down today. He's got a 1.43 whip, which is always really good. And Dansby Swanson leading off with the Cosmos. There's the first pitch. Twisters top. These are the top 2 teams in the Central Division.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Gonna take that fastball upstairs. 1-1 the count. It's even.
One ball.
1-2. Thing is, these two baseball markets. Although the one thing is, this team is not in Arlington like the Texas Rangers are in Dallas. Swag and a miss. He struck him out, and there's 1 down. Here's Wyatt Langford.
Ball, that's in.
Ball 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Get a piece of it. 1-1. The count's even. Got under that fastball. 1-2. The thing about Texas rivalries is just unique, just because you're so close, but you're so far at the same time. Like, I mean, it's hard to explain, but they're. Swung and a miss, and he got him. 2 down. Thing is, Houston now. It's
That's outside.
they're about it's like Boston and Pittsburgh. There's just like 2 cities I'm throwing around, or probably I don't know, Seattle and LA. They're not really that close, but they're like geographically they're not that close, but there's just no other major competition besides these are the 2. The 1-2 pitch.
2 balls.
Way upstairs, 2-2. So yeah, basically everybody. It's kind of like black and white. You're either a Cosmos fan or a Twisters fan. Round to second, easy throw to first, and that'll end the inning, and we head to the second as Freeman is retired. So Brian De La Cruz to the plate for the Twisters. Still scoreless. No runs, no hits. Swung and a miss, 0-1. The only no hitters intact for both teams. Start the second. Nope. And the only person who's got on base is Bobby Wood Jr. This is a fly ball into the corner. 0-2. It's gonna be this entire year is gonna be a competition between these two clubs. It's gonna be if they're gonna remain the top two, that is gonna make a really interesting playoff. I guarantee these two teams will meet in the playoffs. I guarantee it. The 1-2 pitch. And that's going to get through for a base hit into center field. And De La Cruz has got himself a leadoff single. And they'll bring up Brandon Nimmo right after. Got a good batting average. Four-seamer got a piece of it, 0-1. In Major League Baseball, he's with the New York Mets. He's been there for a bit, and he has shown up in the playoffs for the Mets sometimes. Throwback to De La Cruz, safe. He's able to make it to the bag in time. Trying to move a bit more so I'm not sitting. Circle changeup. Count remains 0-2. 116 home runs on the career for Brandon Nimmo between Major League Baseball and the National Baseball League. And the 0-2 pitch. Four-seamer just low. It just drifted just a bit low there on that play. And the count's a ball and 2 strikes.
That's ball 2.
He's struggling to hit the strike zone on that fastball. Sorry if you hear me moving around. Trying not to sit. Count is full. I'm doing like a full-on stretch. Here, just almost the splits. Fly ball to center field. Gotcha in the throw to keep De La Cruz on first. And there's one down. Stuart Fairchild in center field. For the Houston Cosmos, here's Ryan McMahon. Brings us an opportunity for a double play. Bit of a late swing. Well, that was an off swing. I couldn't really tell if it was early or late. I think it was an early swing. Now to look at it. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Got him with that fastball. We got an opportunity for a double play here. Let's see if that'll happen. Swung right under it. 2 down. First strikeout for Jeffrey Springs with that fastball. That was on top of the zone. Coming to plate is Francisco Alvarez.
1-0.
He'll take ball 1. 6 homers and 18 RBIs. I mean, he is producing. His batting average is almost like it's surprisingly low given his other stats.
No, inside.
Circle change up 2-0. Now we like to see how many strikeouts he got. And pop up. It's on the infield. And that'll end the inning. Freeman to make the catch. So we head to the bottom of the second. Still scoreless. One hit for the Twisters, and that's it. So here's Mark Vientos coming to the plate. Coming to the plate for the Houston Cosmos. Cosmos still without a hit in this ball game or even getting on base.
No, foul ball.
That's going to be a bouncer down the third base line. Second on the Cosmos, 18 RBIs for Mark Vientos. Swing and a miss.
No balls, two
He
strikes.
has been a producer on this Cosmos ball club to start this season. So it's going to be fouled off into the corner. Caught by the ball boy. You know, ball boys are important. Like, historically, they're always like the... I read a book on a kid who was a ball boy. Swing and a miss. And Sears struck out Vientos. For out number 1. Here comes Giancarlo Stanton,
Outside,
which
that's the ball.
he used to be a lot faster than he is now. If you go on YouTube and you look up any Giancarlo Stanton with the Marlins, you will notice he is a lot faster than he is now. Because now mainly his role, he's only a DH, and when he was on the Marlins, he played outfield a lot. Now he does not. He doesn't play outfield. I think he's played outfield 3 times in total on the New York Yankees. In this universe, in the National Baseball League, he joined. He got drafted by the Cosmos. That's fouled off. 2-2. And well, with him to Houston, 268 batting average. Should put that foul behind home plate. But 2-2. Got under that swing. Got under the ball with that swing. But it was foul. You didn't really get a good... the ball in the right part of the bat. Chopper towards third. The step and the throw. And Giancarlo Stanton is retired. 2 down. And coming... stepping up to the plate, Griffin Conine. I'm not gonna lie, that is a cool name. My name is Griffin Conine. I just love it. It has a cool... It has a good... It's a fly to left field. And that'll end it. So we head to the third inning. No hits for the Cosmos. Still. And 3 runs per game in their series against the Minnesota Northern Lights, which I covered a game of. 0.5 batting average, 7 OPS, just 2 homers. Most of it was RBIs and runs scoring off like hits. They only did 2 home runs in the entire series. And one of them was off their star, Bobby Witt Jr., which was in the game that I covered. That's actually why I know that. And there's a fly ball to the field. Nice run by Fairchild. Got him on. Here's the man, Bobby Witt Jr. Oh. Right. He has 6 homers, 11 RBIs. Right? He has a really low batting average.
Outside.
209, but it's again, it's even worse with him. His batting average does not match the rest of his stats. So 1-0. Fly ball out towards right field. Not enough to get over the big wall. In right field, the big red wall. Two down. I believe that's a 40-foot wall. Here's Lars Newbar. Heck, that's probably between 40 and 50 feet. It's taller than the wall in Fenway Park.
Nope.
Which I'm actually toying around with this idea. I'm thinking about doing a game in an MLB stadium. It'll be the stadium name, Classic. Or maybe the city name, I don't know. Because I actually have 3 options. So I'm really considering, actually 4. 4 stadiums I'm really considering.
Nope.
And then that'll be fouled off down the right field line, 1 and 2. Off the bat of Newt Bar. Jeffrey Spring is looking to get out of the inning. As we'll wind up in the 1-2 pitch. Oh, a perfect shot, but a nice catch to end the inning. And we're going to the Cosmos third. That's Monty Grandal leading off. He's taking the catching role today. So the 3 stadiums, 4 stadiums actually. I'm just thinking of it. Actually, now I'm thinking of. Nah, I don't want it. I'm thinking of them right now in my head. The 2 that are on the top of my list are Dodger Stadium, and Yankee Stadium. Okay, also Fenway Park. Those are my top 3. The other one I am considering is Wrigley Field. There's a fly ball to right. And a nice running catch, good communication. So sometimes you'll see them both running together. And then nobody calls for it. And what it results in is one, nobody catching the ball. 2, so nobody knows when to stop running or anything. And then you sometimes go, there's a base hit for Stuart Fairchild on the first pitch he sees. And he's got himself a 1-out single here in the Houston third. Perfect hit right into center field. He hit it well. And here's Jackson Holiday. So, thinking Wrigley Field, Fenway Park, Yankee Stadium, Dodger Stadium.
0-1.
Maybe T-Mobile Park. Now that I think about it, maybe T-Mobile Park. Pretty much any other one. Just no. I can't remember. I don't know. I can't think of any other one that I want that. Oh, he's going to take off for second. The throw, it is not in time. Stolen base for Stuart Fairchild here in the third. 20 miles per hour on his max speed, according to StatCast. And a 90-mile-an-hour throw, and he still wasn't able to beat the run from Fairchild. So got him on that or outside corner, 1 and 2. So I think that's gonna be really cool. It's a fly ball, shallow left field, just got enough of it, and the catch, and Fairchild will stay on second. 2 down. Brandon Limbo out in left field. Here's Dansby Swanson. He's playing short today. They're trying to bring a run home. Oh, nice backdoor sweeper, 0-1. So, yeah, I'm really thinking about that. I don't have a date or anything. The one thing with this, it will be a team of who plays in that city. So if it's Wrigley Field, it's going to be the Chicago Railers. That's just an example that I'm given. It's spelled off, 1 and 2. Swanson going to try and keep the inning going. The 1-2 from JP.
Ball 2.
Sweeper, 2 and 2. So I don't really know when and that one's gonna be down. That's gonna stay foul. Almost stayed fair, but just a bit too far right. Remember, the rule is, as long as it's touching some of the white paint, it's a fair ball. Fouled into the stands there. And yes, the seats are orange. Slightly long up, I'd say pretty long at bat, to Danby Swanson. And another foul ball. 2-2 to Dansby. Name, I've never heard anybody, I don't know anybody else by the name of Dansby. He just keeps fouling them off. That one's it. Towards some fans. First of a 3-game set between these two clubs. Got 2-2. Into center field. Not very deep. And the catch by Monroe. That'll end the inning. And we're going to the 4th. One hit each team. No score after 3. So Yandy Diaz leading off the 4th for the Twisters. Which the name Twisters, it comes from like tornadoes. Since the state of Texas is right in Tornado Alley. It's right at the bottom of it. That one's lined down the right field line, but it's gonna hook foul into the corner. Over a 40-foot tall red wall down that right field line, so you gotta hit one real. It has to have a high launch angle, otherwise it's gonna bounce off the wall. So 1-1. The pitch. Four-seamer 1-2. Brick wall behind home plate, as you can see. Unique style choice. Foul down the line. This brick through both sides, and then it's the right wall. And then in right field, it's really tall, really tall red wall. Swiffer drifted across 2-2. Another foul ball. So I don't know. I do have one other idea. I think maybe I'll hold off to it just a bit later in the broadcast, so I have so I'm not talking about the same thing the entire time. Now it's 3-2. Glad you're tuning in. If you are, Monroe on deck. 3-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. 1 down. Second strikeout for Jeffrey Springs on that sweeper. Center fielder Caleb Monroe coming to the plate. 0 for 1 today. Got exactly a .250 batting average. And in the left field, 2 runners on it. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Monroe's got himself 1-out single in the 4th. So, see if De La Cruz can follow up. We'll see. Brian De La Cruz, not Ellie. He's in the other black and orange team, the Orlando Sunrays. He's one of their top stars in the National Baseball League. Slow fastball, just 89 by Major League standards. That's well below. Because, yeah, it's getting rare that to see a fastball, unless it might not have been what he was going for. Maybe he was trying to go, trying to get at a certain angle, like a deceiving angle. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he was trying to get more spin on it. Sometimes, like certain pictures, it's hard to tell what they're trying to do. Got him in the corner. 1-2. 1-2. And it's going to be a foul ball down the line, rolling all the way to the ball. And it's going to be fouled off. As Monroe, he was about to make his way to second, but the ball was fouled off. And the 1-2. Swing! And backing up. And a catch. And the throw to second to keep Monroe on first. 2 down. Here's Brandon Nimmo. for the Twisters, which for half a second my brain wanted to say Rangers. Understandably. Because they kind of are like the Texas Rangers, almost exactly. And branding and all that. It's very similar, even the logo is similar. Oh, that ball's in dirt. Monroe's gonna stay on first. He could have, he didn't really get into the motion, so he would have been called out if he tried to advance. 2-0 count. Four-seamer drifts in, 2-1. Oh, he's going. Monroe taking off for second. The throw will be late. Dylan Monroe, stolen base. He's third on the air. Yeah, he just took off there. Not really. And that dash. It's that dash. No, it's kind of like you lock in, you focus, get to the bag, and then you just pump on the Jets.
We got full count.
And he was able to sprint and speed his way towards second before the throw got to him. Full count. Spring's going to try and end the inning. He looks back at second. Fastball got him. Strike 3. And we're going to Houston 4. So taking a look at the Twisters' last 10, they've looked really good. We lost against the Aliens. I'm going to shut them out in that third game, 4-0. The only other loss was to the Oakland Ocean, 4-3. And they just swept the Northern Lights as well. So overall, they're looking pretty solid, and they're the top team in the Central Division in the National Baseball League. I don't know. I believe I would think they're in the top 3 in the entire of the Western Conference, but I don't know for sure. I can't think of any team that would be better off the top of my head. Okay, maybe the Aliens. It'd be them and the Aliens. I guarantee they're the top 2. I just don't know which order. 1-1 the count. So Wyatt Langford. So 1-1 pitch. Got the end of that on a circle changeup, and it's 1-2. Four-seamer fouled off by Langford, which in Major League Baseball, he's a Texas Ranger. Right now he's playing against the Texas team. Four-seamer yanked foul. Been an absolute pitching duel so far. Still scoreless, bottom of the 4th. The 1-2 to Wyatt Langford. He attacked that sweeper well. Found to keep his at-bat going. My 50th pitch for J.P. Spears.
That's ball 2.
And he can't get that slider on target. Because it was off course to begin with. It was inside. Pop up. And there's the catch. Between first and second. 2 down.
Now back. First baseman. Ready.
Well, 1 down, sorry. Small mistake. Freddie Freeman to the play. Freddie Freeman's an interesting character. A lot has happened in his life, I do know that. A lot has happened. A little heavy. I'm not gonna talk too much about it, but man, he's gone through a lot. People love him. He was the one that hit that grand slam to win Game 1 of the World Series for the LA Dodgers. 0-2 to count to Freddie Freeman. The pitch. Got off the end of the bat, but it's gonna go foul right above the Twisters' dugout. I haven't really talked much about the dugout experience throughout my time doing this. It's not really in the game. You don't really see those dugouts. They need to go to a more physics-based, not experience, but more physics-based environment. That would be cool. And you could see physics-based sim. Physics-based, so that would allow for more, like, a little more looseness in game to game, because they don't always have to do the exact same thing. And during the first run of the bag, and Freeman is retired. He's 0 for 2. Here's Mark Vientos. .239 so far. His batting average. I feel like you can get that to at least to 250. I'm not saying he's going to go to 300 or anything, because that would be more like Aaron Judge level, but I imagine he can get that probably by the 100 game mark. He can be between 250 and 300. I know he has power. I don't remember his home run and RBI statistics. Four-seamer, ball 2. Just one hit on both sides between the two ball clubs. Got a piece of the circle changeup foul. And it should be more physics-based. Pop up. Long run from first. And a catch that'll end the inning. So we head to the bottom of the 4th. To the top of the 5th, excuse me. So JP Spears and Jeffrey, I'm not on that. JP Spears and Jeffrey Springs both have had great starts. It's been an absolute pitching duel. There's just no real room to get offense. Both teams struggling. You know, now, 2 hits for the Twisters, 1 for the Cosmos so far. Nice slider. Drift across that plate. Well, I think he only has 2 or 3 strikeouts, so for most of these are like pop up. Swing and a miss, they got him. 1 down. His 4th strikeout of the ball game. Here's Francisco Alvarez. 4 strikeouts. It's still a pretty good number. But I mean, it's not record break or anything, which is completely fine. You don't necessarily need that, but he's retired a lot in a row. I haven't been keeping count. And diving play is going to get to it, and the throw will be not in time. Francisco Alvarez is able to sneak his way to first. Just like that. Bouncing ball. Maybe a bit of trouble handling it, and unable to get to Freddie Freeman before Alvarez steps on the bag. So, Nick Ahmed at the plate. And a shot into center field. And a diving play made the catch. How about that from Stuart Fairchild? That was almost like a diving desperation in that throw. Throw back. Just fantastic catch. Oh, you can see Jeffrey Springs, he smiled after that on that play. Here's Bobby Wood Jr. He's been silent today. hit by pitch, but he does have a stolen base on the at bat where it was he walked. He stole a base right after. Maybe you don't hit Bobby Witt Jr. Crazy thought, I know. Good backdoor slider there. 0-2, we'll see. Can he get Bobby Witt Jr.? Looks back at first. Can't get that circle change up high enough. Maybe it's something in his delivery.
No, that's foul.
Foul ball. Nice sliding play though. That was a nice slide. Jeffrey Springs, he's hitting 70 pitches. Well, it's at bats like this that are getting that pitch count way up there. There's been a lot of long at bats in this ball game. A lot of long at bats. So 1-2. Ball straight through in the circle changeup, and we're going to the Houston fifth. Still scoreless after 4.5 innings. There comes the power hitter, Giancarlo Stanton. Which, that is kind of his main thing now, is being a power hitter. He has a lot, he can hit, he can still hit absolute bombs. The thing is, he's just so many injuries that made it hard for him to be a fielder. And it'll start with a leadoff base hit to center field. 99 off the exit velo. Let's start with the Cosmos. The name Cosmos, that is perfectly in line. My original name was going to be the Apollos. But I couldn't find a good rocket logo, and I wasn't going to make a rocket because I don't know how to make a rocket. Even inside the video game. I don't know how to. I just don't. Want to know to Griffin Conine. That sounds like a song I like from an obscure band. What is it? I forget. What is their name? And this band, they're from the 60s, and they have a song called Conine. That's what that name reminds me of. Ground ball to second. There's one. Double play! 2 down. 5-4-3 double play for the Texas Twisters. Roll. The throw. Then a nice spin. Around, then the throw to first base. Really quickly. Good job turn. The speed on that and the efficiency. No drop balls. No getting tangled up in your footing. Which I imagine that could happen with like rookies. Like players in the minors, they might like get tangled up, and then because you gotta maybe they do something wrong and they might like knock their foot, or they might not have the right motion. They might slow in the turn real quickly. Strictly called, and we're going to the 6th. Still scoreless. Here's Lars Nootbaar. There hasn't been a run yet. Not a single run in this ball game.
That's a ball. Counts 1-0.
Hold on. That's better. I made a mistake. My water bottle, my water. I just realized I didn't in this room. Four-seamer fouled off. 1-1 from Lars Nootbaar. Been a pretty slow. This entire game's been a pitching duel. So 1-1 to Nootbaar.
That's ball 2.
Four-seamer 2-1. So Lou Cleaver and Barlow warming up. And they're warming up Lou Cleaver pretty early. Okay, right around mid-game. Maybe this is when you start warming up. Wonder how many innings he's been warming up. I imagine they just got him in there. Counts 2-1. It's absolutely gorgeous outside. After this, I'm going outside.
The count is full.
Count 40 on Diaz. A little underperformant. Just a 214 batting average. Just the 11 RBIs are nice. I'd like him to do a little bit better. Ball 4, and he'll draw a walk. First walk allowed from Jeffrey Springs. Here comes the Lars Nootbaar. He walked. Sorry about that. I needed to sneeze bad. If you're still tuning in, power to ya. Because this has been a long game. It's been a slow game as well. Yeah, it's fine. Maybe, I guess people are just, oh, how's that game doing? Anybody who is listening. I don't got many, but I love doing this too much to not do it. So 1-1. Swag and a miss. Got him. 1 and 2. Going a bit too early. I thought that was strike 3, but still a nice pitch nonetheless. Now Springs will try for strike 3. Can't get it with that fastball upstairs. Counts 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch. Yeah, it's fouled off. Not really. Both. I wouldn't be surprised if we have a complete game in this. Oh, strike 3 to Yanni Diaz. 6 strikeout for Jeffrey Springs. And they're gonna call Jeffrey Springs off the mound. I think maybe he signaled for it. Just sometimes pitchers signal, hey, I think I'm done, and then they get called off the mound. I think that might be what's happening here. Here's Scott Barlow coming in to take over for Jeffrey Springs, who came in 7 times already this year. 1.93 ERA. Hasn't had a crazy amount of innings though, so that could be inflated, but that's still really good. Coming in with an ERA under 2, and try and get to the probably to the 9th, and then my guess is then after that they'll bring in their closer. But we'll see how this goes. Because this might sometimes they get a new pitcher and then the other team breaks the game open. You don't want to bring in a pitcher and then he gives up 3 or 4 hits in a row. And all of a sudden you're losing.
2 balls, 1 strike.
That does happen. But 2-1. Man, that's going to get through for a base hit. 2-1 for the Twisters here on the top of the 6th. That's been the first time in this game when there's been 2 batters aboard. Or as I like to say, 2 ducks on the pond. 2 ducks on the pond. That's Brian De La Cruz coming at the plate. 2 homers, 10 RBIs, and a .310 batting average this year. And 810 OPS as well. First time Twisters have had more than 1 run base runner on at one time in this ball game.
Ball, that's inside.
Two to De La Cruz. Got a piece of the slider, 2-1. Luca's hoping he can get a bit more of that. He did swing a bit late. Which that's usually what happens when you swing late. Especially on like a fastball. It will really affect the direction of that ball when you swing. If they turn it a hit that's going to go right down the middle into a ball, it's going to be down the line. So De La Cruz will walk, and the bases are loaded. Brandon Nim, and there's still 2 outs. There's still 2 outs remaining for the Twisters. There's Brandon Nimmo with the bases loaded. And that ball gets away. But the runners really can't do much since the bases are loaded. Nimmo 1 for 4 yesterday. Well, the last Twisters game. Yeah, it was yesterday. It was the final game against the Northern Lights. Yeah, they were on the first board, not the second. Because I have the second board right here. Too low. Four-seamer, 3-0. So, it's good for this division, as the Seattle Sasquatch swept the St. Louis Stars. And they won yesterday 2-0, because it's still on the board, so I might as well go over it. So, that does help the Central Division teams. Slider foul off. 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's not looking too good for Scott Barlow. 3-2. And that one's down the line, and the catch. And he's going to go catch from third, and he will score. And the Twisters have a 1-0 lead, the first run of the ball game. Here's Ryan McMahon. Twisters finally out in front, 1-0. The first run of this ball game. Here's Ryan McMahon. Pretty slow game to start. This whole game's been really slow until right about now. So there's still two ons. And Barlow still needs 2 strikes to get out of it. 4 more damage is done. Nice swing on that slider of 0-2. Slider 1-2. Four-seamer tap foul. The Cincinnati, I don't know about the Reds, but I know the Boston Red Sox use this, but during yesterday's game between the two clubs, the Red Sox, for the 3rd and 4th inning, they switched to an old school broadcast back in their 1975 World Series, because the Reds played the Red Sox in the 75 World Series, and what they did is they used the old broadcasting package from that time. The 1-2 pitch. Got a piece of it on the slur. McMahon's at bat continues. This is the first time I've decided to stand up for the whole game, at least the majority of it. The 1-2 to McMahon. Fouled off down the left field line. This has been a long at bat. Two and 2 the count. Barlow's coming in relief, and he's already throwing his 25th pitch. Sliding the count is full. Francisco Alvarez on deck. If he walks McMahon, the bases will be loaded. And this inning will continue. So 3-2. Fouled off. How long is this inning going to be? It's been a long inning. And it's right past him, through for a base hit. 1 run will score. And the Twisters take a 2-0 lead. And there's also 2 on for the Twisters. Brian McMahon with an RBI single. Well, there's a good view of it. You can see it gets through. As he stops at second. And then runner who I was on second, he went to third and home. And
Ball 1.
yeah, nobody could have beaten that throw. Twisters lead 2-0. Inning continues. This is going to be a 30-plus relief performance in 1 inning for Scott Barlow. He's given up 2 runs already. The inning's still not over. 1-0 to Alvarez. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
1-1.
Think of the 7th inning. I'll talk about my other plan that I came up with. I also don't have a date. It's also another. It's similar to the other one. Going to have a game in an MLB stadium. Slider fouled off, 1-2. Chance for Alvarez to get out of this. After that slider. Line and deal, 1-2. Swing, it's going to get through for another base hit. Another run will score. And the Twisters lead 3-0. How long is it going to be before they pull him? 3-0 Twisters. Right down Broadway. It seems like that's happened 3 times in a row now. We're an RBI single to center. Off of Scott Barlow. And they're going to keep him on the mound here. Twisters lead 3-0. And they're going to need Dansby Swanson and Giancarlo, somebody on the Houston team. They're going to need to respond in the bottom half of this inning. How long is this inning going to be? Yo, one from Nick Ahmed. Slider 0-2. This is the... What's this pitch? 33 on the pitch count. Go 2.
Ball 1.
That's
1 ball, 2
34 pitches. And the 0-2. 1-2. Finally, Slider strike 3 and ends the inning, but not before. The Twisters score 3 runs off 3 RBI singles and a 35 pitch relief appearance for Scott Barlow. 3-0 Texas. Here's Stuart Fairchild. Went for 1 with a single and a diving catch today. Who performed both in the at the plate and in the outfield. So what I was planning, bottom half of the 6th, I think I'll just reveal it now. What I was planning is essentially, in addition to a game at a Major League Baseball stadium, I also, since it's also in the ball game, another special game. We're gonna go to. I'm thinking about doing. It's for the Atlanta Arrows, and it's gonna be another Southern team, another team in the Southeast Division, and it'll be a game at this minor league stadium, home of the Pensacola Blue Wahoos, called Bayfront Park. And it has a Ferris wheel
2-2 the count.
in right field. Well, in the right field sideline, so I think it's gonna have that almost fun childlike experience when you're. It's gonna be interesting. I really think this is a good idea. Swing and a miss, and he got him. 1 down. Fairchild retired. 5th K for JP Sears, who's still on the mound. Here's Jackson Holiday. Bottom of the sixth inning, here's Jackson Holiday. Swinging a miss, 0-1.
0-1's the count.
Cosmos, now they're in a hole now. They're down by 3. They need to rally back. They need something. It's been a struggle for the Houston Cosmos. And that's gonna get through center field for a base knock, and Holiday is aboard with 1 down in the Houston 6th.
The batter number 7, shortstop, Dansby. For the fourth
Here comes good old Dansby Swanson. Pop up. Monroe's on it. A bit of a long run, able to run it down, and there's 2 outs. So,
the left field,
there's left fielder Wyatt Langford for the Cosmos. I feel like the Cosmos, they got something either in this inning or the next inning. They just... JP Sears. It's a fly ball. Out towards left field. This one carrying track. Well, it's going to bounce off the top of the brick wall. Running around third. He will score. He was out. He did not score. And that ends the inning. A fantastic throw from left field. And we're going to the 7th. So Luke Weaver going to come in quite early. It's only the 7th inning and they're bringing in Luke Weaver. That's usually they wait till he's coming in as a reliever. That's different. That's unique because he's always been a closer. I think he's only started 3 major league games in his entire career because he's almost his whole career he's been a closer. It's weird to see him coming in relief. Because usually you see him coming in the 9th inning looking to close out a ball game. For the Houston Cosmos, he's a reliever. Luke Weaver, the reliever.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Poetic. I like it. I'm gonna call him Luke Weaver the Weaver the reliever. And fastball at 95 there. Here's standard pitch. You gotta you can't just throw a fastball. You need to throw something. Because a fastball, it's the standard. It's the pitch almost everybody has. They have a fastball of either a 2-seamer or a 4-seamer. Circle changeup. 88. It's hard to make if your fastball's your main pitch, there's gotta be something unique about it. So 1-2. Fouled off, then because if all you throw is a fastball, yeah, you're not gonna get picked up by. You're not gonna get noticed by scouts. Oh, I just want to see how look who does the reliever, and that's one's line to right. 1 down. He didn't even have to move. Lars Newbar. Playing right field for the Twisters.
Ball, that's off the plate.
It's off the plate. I want to know. It does have a similar feeling to Chase Field. Just 'cause it is a big stadium. 1-0 count. Nice fastball drifting in the zone to even the count. Probably smart to bring Luke Weaver in. I mean, they could be out. They could be out of closers. They could be out of relievers, and then they turn to Luke Weaver. swing and a miss. And he got him 2 down. First K for Weaver the reliever. See there. He got fooled by that pitch. It looked like it was going to be right above the knees, and then a sudden, a very quick 7-inch pitch break. And he absolutely fooled the hitter. Fantastic work. Here's Yandy Diaz. Very similar, complete different spot. Instead of pitch break, it was it was the movement, the slide, or the pitch changing direction as it went sideways. There's a fly ball. He let his bat go. Goodbye, home run. Solo ball from Yandy Diaz, and the Texas Twisters just keep pouring it on. 4-0 for the Twisters over the Houston Cosmos. And this team, they built up a pretty big lead, especially with this Diaz home run. And he hit that really hard. He just let his bat fly. He let it go. He didn't like drop it. He didn't swing it in like somebody's holding their hand. They just let it drop. It flew off out of his hands when he swung. Here's Caleb Monroe. Cosmos lead 4-0.
Ball 1, no strikes.
Did I just say Cosmos? Twisters lead 4-0. My mistake. Cosmos, or maybe I said trailing. I don't remember. Top of the 7th, 2 down. Weaver already gets the home run. He's going to try and end the inning here before more damage is done. Check swing and a circle changeup, and it's 1-2. Weaver waiting, and he'll deal.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And a bit of a bad angle on the fastball, 2-2. His issue is that he seems to not have enough variety in his pitches. Circle changeup fastball, circle changeup pass. That's all I'm seeing from him.
Count full.
9 on that circle changeup. Yeah, he's struggling with both pitches. I like Will Weaver. I want to see him be able to do well. He's struggling with. He's struggling because there's a knuckle curve, and that's a different pitch. He's lucky it was fouled off. Not fair. 3-2. Pop up. And that'll do it. Sullivan from Yandy Diaz. And the Twisters just extend their lead. 4-0. We're going to the Houston 7th. Here's Freddie Freeman, the Houston first baseman. Here's Freddie Freeman. When he hit that grand slam for the Dodgers in the Game 1 of the World Series, he was playing hurt. He desperately needed injury, and that's why the Yankees, they walked the guy in front of him. Oh, we can face a hurt Freddie Freeman. It'll be easy. Yeah, that was basically a death sentence. Not gonna sugarcoat it.
0-2 is the count.
I don't know why I like the Yankees. I don't want to think about that. I don't want to think about pain right now. Okay. 0-2 count to Freddie Freeman. And the pitch. Chase the sweeper, strike 3. He's 0 for 3 today. They've been able to shut down Freddie Freeman and a lot of this Houston lineup. Mark Vientos. JP Sears, he's not that. I wonder how much longer he's gonna.
Inside ball
Is he
one.
gonna go the full game? Because I think he might be going for the complete game shutout. I don't know. Fouled off, gonna bounce off that red wall in right field. I'm gonna do some more stretches. So I'm gonna mess with a sinker, 1 and 2.
One ball.
Good,
Two
good
strikes.
sinker there. 90 mile an hour. He's doing a good job remaining under 100 pitches.
2-2 to count.
Sinker low, 2 and 2. Don't stretch too much. Pop fly to right. And there's 2 down.
Now batting, the designated hitter,
There's Giancarlo Stanton, the DH.
Ball.
Takes the ball 1 on the corner. There's the Houston manager. That I don't have the name memorized of because I don't have the manager names memorized. Even if I did, I don't have the corresponding teams memorized
No pitch
either.
off the plate. Ball two.
There's certain ones I do know. I know Aaron Boone's the Knights manager. That's about it. It's 2-0.
That's ball 3.
I know the Padres manager. I know who he is, but I forget his name. I don't remember what team is the San Diego Padres. What team replaces them? Because that's how this works. 3-0. Forcing fastball right down Broadway, 3-1. He's getting close to 100 pitches. I want to know if is he going to pitch the
Ball
8th
4,
too?
pitches down.
Ball 4, he's going to walk Stanton as he's unable to get that in the zone.
the right fielder, number 19.
And oh yeah, they're going to pull him after walking Stanton. 6.5 shutout innings for JP Sears. There's Dexter Montenegro. Fancy name. He's came in this year. 16 innings pitched. 3.3% strikeout right. Here's Griffin Conine. Fly out on the ground out here today, so Conine hasn't struck out. We'll see how he does here.
Ball 1.
I'm really excited for the swing and a miss, 1-1.
1-1. Ball 2.
Four-seamer 2-1.
We got 2 balls, 1 strike.
I really want to do a game in an MLB stadium. I think any of the 2 historic stadiums, or Yankee and Dodger Stadium, any of those 4 would work. Swing and a miss. Go 9 strikes out swing, and we're going to the 8th.
Kendall.
And they're gonna bring in Kendall Graveman. Or Graveman. You don't gotta say man. But anyway, Graveman coming in. 5 games he's came in this year. ERA in double digits. I think it's gonna take more than 1 relief start to get that down. I mean, he can chip away at it. Here's Brian De La Cruz. And Houston pretty much struggling with everything today. The pitching was good until it wasn't, and now they're trailing 4-0. They just can't. They can't hit. That's been their problem. As De La Cruz fouls one off, 0-2.
That's a ball.
Swing and a miss. One down. Here's Brandon Nimmo. So, yeah, my Xbox fell to the ground and the thing disconnected. No one count to Nimmo.
Nope, that's down.
I know he has power, he just needs to use it. Use his power. Not like a political sense, like, you know, hitting power. Swing. He's not swinging.
First base.
Well, he's hit by a pitch instead, so he'll walk.
Now batter.
And there's one on for the Twisters.
McMahon.
There's Ryan McMahon Cosmos. Yeah, they are being absolutely... I wonder how this game gonna go... I wonder how game 2 will go, since Houston can't hit to save their life. One count.
That's a ball.
Ladder 101 is probably been one of the most just... These games are just so... This, yeah, there I said, this has been one of the most boring games I've done. One cool thing was the one home run by, I don't even remember who it was, in a couple innings ago.
No, he's in there.
Tried to steal from first there, yeah. First time I'm not even watching the screen, I'm just listening. I'm walking around. Right about on sinker, got him 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And there's a fly ball. Backing up. And there's the throw to second to keep the runner on first. Brandon Nimmo.
Francisco Alvarez.
There's Francisco Alvarez for the Texas Twisters. 2 down. If there's a game that would make me slip with this one. Just so many long at bats. How long are we at? This one feels slow. Just because there is nothing going on.
That's out.
Besides strikeouts. It's pretty much all this game is. I hope it doesn't get too dark outside. 'Cause I want to go out after this. 2-1 the count. There's been nights when I've gone outside after these games before, so why not now? 2 balls and a strike. Another one now, Alvarez. Foul off, 2-2. I genuinely just want to like pass out. Like, another one, Alvarez. Vector at the top of the zone, and we're going to the Houston 8. Here's Yasmani Grandal. There's a fly ball in the center field. Monroe able to grab it on the first pitch of the inning, and there's 1 down.
Now batter. Center fielder.
Your fair child. Single stolen base and a diving catch. So he's probably been the best player on the Cosmos today. And yeah, he probably needs a good batting average. Slide to right. And there's our number 2.
The batter number 15. Second baseman.
Disaster Holiday. He's had a rough start. Gets over with the batting average. Hit a single today, though. First seamer on one. Fell off. 1-2. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of not talk too much. There are games like this. There's a grounder towards short and a control throw to first, and we're going into the ninth. So Tristan Beck coming in. I mean, 14 times this year. And 3.32 ERA. He's not trying to prevent. He's just coming in there to see how he does. Here's Nick Ahmed. Or their hope is that he doesn't allow anything. That'd be good for the Cosmos.
Yep, that ball
I'd
went
say
out.
based on the score in this game, it's basically unsalvageable, but you never know. You never know. When Booster warming up, me and the Cosmos bullpen. There's a moonshot into center field. This one high. Fairchild is back. And that one's not going to leave the ballpark. One down. He's probably Junior over 3 today. He's one of the few twisters who has struggled today. Despite most of the team doing pretty good. Or Simmer 0-1. My body just wants to just be out, but I'm gonna keep going.
What do you got?
And the count's 101. Sweeper tap foul. Been a pretty long day at the ballpark. Here on a Wednesday night. A lot of long at bats, and not a lot of offense. Slide into the stands, and it's 1-2.
2-2 to count.
Guns 2-2. Yeah, this game is not exactly the most. Swag on a miss. Got him. 2 down. Tristan Beck. He's got a strikeout. Here's Lara's Nupa.
Counts 1-0.
And the 1-0 count. Yeah, I really want to show a Cosmos where they're actually competitive because
Inside ball.
I guarantee the game after this is going to be a 7-6 crazy walk-off Cosmos. I will not be happy if that happens. Fly ball. 2-1 the count. Yeah, this place should be like there should not be a soul in this building.
Ball 3.
And that one's gonna just drop a bit low. Quite a pitch break, ball 3 there. I don't know. Couple days, July 4th coming up, so I'm gonna do a whole celebration after that. I'm gonna have July 4th theme stuff. I'm gonna need my little some sort of pregame. Pop up, third base side. And that'll do it, and we're going to the bottom of the 9th. Here's Jansby Swanson.
Ball, that's inside.
And here's ball 1.
Yeah.
And it's 1-1 the count. Not a lot. Fairchild's probably been the most productive Cosmo in this ball game. Swanson's got hit. Carlo, he only singled. Counts 2-2. Swing and a miss, and Swanson goes down swinging. And they're down to their final 2 outs. Thankfully. Is Wyland for coming up to the plate for the Cosmos. Some days, some games they're gonna be like this in a 162 game season. They're just very uneventful. I wonder what the statistically least eventful baseball game in history was. So I'm gonna miss 2-1. I wonder is there even a stat for that? Is there even a way to measure that? I wonder. What is the basically what is the most boring game statistically? What game has the least amount? And there's a perfect hit into right center field. That one's gonna roll it out all the way to Monroe for a base hit. And Lankford is on the pond. He's a duck on the pond. Here's Freddie Freeman. One thing I learned is there's another moonshot towards left field. This one going, bouncing off the brick wall. And that'll score the first Cosmo run, so they're going to avoid the shutout. And Freeman's got himself an RBI double, bringing Langford home. I didn't thought that was going to be gone, but it bounced off the wall instead. And they're going to pull Dexter off the mound. See who they're going to bring in instead. Here's Yanier Cano. Taking the mound for the Texas Twisters. He's going to be 9 times this year, a 2.25 ERA. It's pretty solid statistical numbers. Let's be honest. Tying run is on deck for Houston. Might be the closest they ever come back. If things don't go well for the Twisters, it's going to become a close game. That one's down the line, but it's going to be foul. Marfiento is set to play for the Cosmos. It's 0-2. Got off into the corner. Bouncing off that wall. Houston's trying to rally back. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and they're down to their final out. And here is Giancarlo Stanton. Final out. Chicano, and that'll finally end this ball. So I can mentally check out and go catch a baseball outside for half an hour before I gotta come and edit. One out count to Stanton. He's a power hitter, so maybe you'll get something here. 101 the count. Well, 1-1. Got a piece of the slider, 1-2. One, two. Bigger tap foul keeps the game on going for the Cosmos. One, two. Keeps the ball game going. Gainer kind of trying to end this game. Just needs the one strike. It's back at second.
2 balls, 2
2 and 2,
strikes.
it's inside. It was not a well-aimed pitch. He was trying to go in the corner, but it just didn't work. And there's going to be a runner at second. Easy throw to first. Ball game, and the Twisters will win the game 4-1. They're to take the series opener by a score of 4-1. Death start to the series for the Cosmos, losing 4-1. JP Series with a win. Jeffrey Springer with the loss. Giannicano the save. Twisters lead the series 1-0. And I'm Thomas Gross, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.